Hi there. Let's answer an email way overdue. I don't know why it is I just can't keep up with things. Anyway, here we go. Keep names and stuff secret, private. My name is something, and you're from, it's from a Eastern European country, but living in a Western European country at the moment. Although I have not watched all your videos, I do watch some of them for inspiration whenever I feel down. I am let's say between 25 and 35 years old now, and been doing different things up until now. Working in a porcelain factory, going to university to study history, and I'll leave the other subjects out just to keep things, private. I worked in a second-hand bookshop. Well, maybe I'll add that because it may come into relevant. I haven't read the email yet, so this may be relevant. History and religions. I worked in a second-hand bookshop in the past few years, and in a restaurant in this other place. There's lots of place names here, so I'm kind of keeping the place names out, making it so the reading is a little disjointed. I have decided to continue my studies in this other place with Japanese religions as my major next year. Although most of the people around me are happy and supporting about what I'm doing, I do not feel really satisfied. I do not feel satisfied, and there's always an anxious feeling inside me, wanting to go towards something I cannot really grasp. All I know is that it has something to do with Japan. It's my strong interest in the country and its culture. But still, when people ask me, why Japan? I cannot really tell them the reason. Why not? Just because is my general answer to these questions. Being 30 now, that cop talking to me. Not even age away. Being 30 now, I feel more often troubled that I have not been able to deal with this question so far. Sometimes even doubting myself if what I'm doing is right. Let's go over here to get out of the wind. But at the end of the day, that anxious feeling is pushing me forward somehow. I am wondering if this kind of thing normal at my age? And so many people are already settled with their lives. Any thoughts you could share with me would be much appreciated. And thank you again for your inspirational videos. Sorry about my length email. And P.S. I'm traveling to Japan this November for a month, and we'll be passing by Shizuoka. Wow, that's this month. On my way to some other place. I'll just keep the name secret. This might be too much to ask, but I'm really happy if you could recommend any places to see in Shizuoka. I always wanted to see some of the places that show up in your videos. You bet. Let's go reverse order. As for recommendations, I would recommend, well, first I'd recommend staying at the Town Hotel. That's Town with an E at the end, T-O-W-E, T-O-W-N-E Hotel in downtown Shizuoka. It's right across the street from the Bronx Cheer, our local watering hole. If you come through, I'd be happy to meet you there, and maybe we can have a burger and a beer. As for places to see, there's lots to see in this area. If you want to do a little hiking, go over to Sengen Shrine, Sengen Jinja, and there's a trail right behind the shrine that leads up in the mountains. You can go as deep and far back as you want, even into bear country, if you've got enough stamina to hold the day. Let's go back to the other thing. So you're in your 30s, you're a student, and you're basically restless with life. Nothing at all abnormal about that at all. Anybody that well, there are people that can be settled in life. My wife's one of them, for the most part. She's far more settled than I am. And don't be confused by the sight of them thinking that you're doing something wrong. It's just the way you are, and you'll probably be like that for the rest of your life. I'm like that, and I know a lot of people who are similar. And we're basically restless folks who need to have adventure and stimulation and some sort of almost an intrigue in our lives. Some people can take that to a negative point where it becomes one where they're destroying their lives in order to have that drama and interest, and continually recreating themselves through the destruction of whatever they've got in order to create something new. I would try to avoid that. That's a pattern that some people get into. I don't know if it's inherent or if they just learn it. I think they learn it. My mom's like that. She tends to do that. She'll tend to destroy something and then restart it and destroy it in a negative way. It's one of the troubles I have with her, among some others. But as for people like myself, I have the same need as my mom, but instead of destroying things, I tend to create a segregation between the parts of my life that I know need to be stable, such as my job and my home, and for the sake of my wife and my family, and for me as well, but mostly for them. I've made the commitment to become a family man and to become a father, and I recognize that the obligations that are required to make that a reality. Then I have this other part that I partition off where I'm an adventurer, like I'm doing right now. As simple as this. My wife and daughter, my wife's going to a festival with her sister, a tea festival. They both want to learn to become tea instructors. My daughter's going to the library with her friends. I'm footloose and fancy free. I've got my hiking outfit on, and I'm going for a little urban exploration. I'm going to go out and have a little coffee, just have a little fun, get wet in the rain. And this type of thing satisfies that need. I also get out into the mountains when I can. Well, not less now, but that's more or less because my interest has changed. What I'm saying is that if that's a part of who you are, don't expect it to go away. That's probably going to be a figure in your life for the rest of your life. What you need to do is find a way to satisfy it and a way to incorporate it into your life to the degree that you want to. And when you begin to find a partner in your life, make sure that you share with that partner the reality of who you are so that they can come to terms with that and be prepared to accept that or perhaps even participate in it. You can have relationships with people who are different. My wife is different. We have a good relationship because we basically want to understand one another, and it works out. Some people actually find partners who share that, and that can be a wonderful, amazing thing for people that can do that. So I would say don't worry about it. This interest you have in Japan, I would expect that if it wasn't Japan, it would probably be something else. It's probably more the interest in adventure than anything else, and Japan just happens to be the current focus of that. Don't be surprised if you get here, if you find your focus changing to something else. That's probably likely to be the case. Don't be surprised also if this urge doesn't diminish greatly over time. It probably will diminish to a degree slowly, but not completely. Like for me, for example, I don't have the desire I'm satisfied with an afternoon of simple freedoms. An afternoon of simple freedom satisfies me as much now as a half week or a full week of adventuring in the desert would have satisfied me in my 20s. So don't be surprised if it diminishes in a way, but probably never goes away. I hope that answers your question. And let me know if you come through Shizuoka. Let's get together and have a burger and a beer at the Bronx Share, okay? All right, talk to you later, friend.